McLean in the 90s and dominated the northern region, earning first team All-Met honors and leading the Highlanders to a 1996 region title. He was also an honorable mention all-defense selection in the hockey and the James started on the hardwood. He went on to play for the Ross and Loyola of Maryland as a two-time captain and three-time All-CAA conference selection. While college, he earned the award for best female student athlete at Loyola. So she come all the way back from the West Coast to this selection. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Hall of Fame, James Trey. Who was the first team Washington All-Met defensive tackle and all-region honors as an offensive lineman. He was a defensive player of the year in the Northern Region in 1995 and under scholarship to Stanford, where he started for the Stanford Cardinals in the 2000 Rose Bowl against Wisconsin. Obviously, he's the only player in the history of high school to ever play in the Pac-10, let alone the Rose Bowl. And tonight, you will have him in the Hall of Fame, winning all-time football great career McLean from class of 1996. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Well, we can't just talk about the defense on that 95 team, because there were fireworks on the offensive side. And it all started with the quarterback, the rifleman. The rifleman together the best single season statistically for a quarterback in the history of McLean High School. 21 touchdowns versus his 4 interceptions in the 10-year regular season. He's the only quarterback in the history of McLean High School to be a first-team All-Defense selection. He was the district player of the year, and he was the Channel 9 player of the year. And he named one of George Michael's Channel 4 Golden 11 selections. Here he is, folks, one of the all-time greats from the class of 96. Ron Carter! In 3 different sports at McLean, and in her first year at McLean, she was co-head coach for the 1986 field hockey team, which won a magical run capped by region and state titles. She was the Washington Post co-head coach of the year, along with her co-head coach Marsha Ursa, in just their first year as head coaches here at McLean. She won 3 district titles in field hockey, 2 additional titles in swim dive, 4 district titles, and a regional championship in girls lacrosse, where she helped start the program. She also enjoyed a winning percentage of over 600 as girls tennis coach. Later, she served as assistant athletic director at McLean and was responsible for overseeing many improvements to the grounds and facilities that you see here at McLean. She's been for 23 years. Let's welcome her to the Hall of Fame, Debbie. In the 1980s, girls formed here at McLean enjoyed a tremendous amount of success. And we're going to introduce you to the next 2 Hall of Famers who are a big part of that. Our next induction is a 1986 graduate, and that year she was the Virginia State Soccer Player of the Year in the entire state of Virginia. She led the Highlanders to a great ball district final that same season. She was just great, dominant. First team All-Met, all-regional district, and Soccer America named her a top 10 soccer MVP across the country. She was also a field hockey standout here for McLean, and she went on to play at the University of Virginia, where she was the first female soccer player in UVA history to be awarded a full scholarship. At UVA, she was All-ACC and All-South, and a nominee for the Herman Award, which is the Heisman Trophy equivalent of women's soccer. She also played on the U.S. Women's National Team, and currently the head coach right down the street at Marymount University. Let's welcome her home and into the Hall of Fame from class of 86, Dale Smith. Now known as Dale Smith Wilson. Wahoo! Wahoo! Our next Hall of Fame great is one of the all-around greatest career points he shot the highest all-time here in McLean. She was an all-net player and also a two-time All-American selection. Also an MVP basketball assistant. And she was an MVP of the field hockey team, which in 1982 won the region and lost in the state championship and was a state runner-up. Whatever sport, whatever season it was, she was just money. She went on to play soccer in North Carolina, where with Phil McLean along the Hall of Famer Marsha McDermott won 3 NCAA titles in 4 seasons there. She had 31 goals and 27 assists in her career, and she played on the U.S. men's soccer team as well as on the under-19 U.S. women's soccer team. Let's welcome her back to North Carolina and hold the Hall of Fame for the class of 1983, Joe Rubin. Our next inductee is the first in the play here, the first Hall of Fame winner and Hall of Fame coach to be elected. Perhaps the second record back in Iowa history, the 1981 record was the Northern Region Defensive Player of the Year. First team Washington Star All-Net, and second team Washington Post All-Net. As a player, he led the Highlanders to a 10-0 record in 1980, and as a coach, he led the Highlanders to a 10-0 record in 1995. He had 10 regular season interceptions as a senior. We don't think anybody had more than 10. In 1987, he returned to McLean as an assistant. In 1990, he became the head coach for 9 seasons. He took 4 different teams to the McLean coach in school history to do that. He was the Washington Post Coach of the Year in 1995, and he's the winningest coach in McLean High School history. He's one of the all-time great defensive backs in McLean history and an all-time great coach. Let's welcome 1981 Highlander graduate Carl Buckwalter to the Hall of Fame. Now, Carl is still a coach. He's the head coach of the Indian High School at McLean tonight. Carl came earlier for the pre-game celebration. Saying in his honor in our age, this is the NBA. Congratulations to the Buckwalter. So let's go back a little bit. In the 1970s and early 80s, the 70s were not kind to the McLean football program here, but soccer was. And soccer was born and quickly became one of the top sports programs in the DC area. For 27 years, the program was led by Hall of Fame coach Ted East, and he enjoyed some terrific players. The next two we're going to learn about. This next parade All-American, this next Hall of Fame inductee was a Parade Magazine All-American soccer player, one of the greatest in school history, and led the Highlanders to region championships in 1978 and 1980. In addition to being All-State, All-Region, and All-District, he was the Washington Post All-Net and the Washington Star High School Soccer Player of the Year. He went on to play at the University of Connecticut, where as a freshman, led the Huskies to a national championship, and in that final game was the NC for Connecticut. He's also the Player of the Week on ESPN. And he played in 3 Final Fours in 4 years. He was drafted by the Baltimore Blast of the Major League Indoor Soccer League, and we're proud to have him back here where he belongs, in the Hall of Fame here at McLean from the class of 1981. An all-time soccer great, Eric Conrad. 5 years before his brother Eric, this next Hall of Famer got the soccer program going at McLean in the early 70s, virtually the same time that soccer became an official sport here at McLean. In 1976 graduate, he was the Washington Soccer Player of the Year and an All-American selection. He led the Highlanders to the 1975 Northern Virginia Championship and was the school's Athlete of the Year for that school year. As an under-19 Annandale Boys Club player, he led the team to a national championship where Payne put the gold medal around his neck in the award ceremony. And he went on to be a superstar soccer player at NC State, where he was All-ACC. He returned to the area and coached many different youth teams with Coach Keys and others. And tonight, back where he belongs, in the Hall of Fame, let's welcome him, Franco Byron. But this one doesn't really very well be the best. He moved here prior to his junior year and we're really glad to see it. He was always able to average over 20 points throughout the game, and he remains the only basketball player in the history of the Payne High School game. Washington coach with their team all-defensive selection. As a senior in 1971, he led the Highlanders to their first ever district championship with a dramatic 30-0 33 points against Marshall in front of a standing room only crowd. The district championship of 2012 was the only other district championship in the history of the school. He was also an All-State, All-Met, and All-Region selection, and from 1971 to 1983 held the varsity scoring record here at McLean. To play at Stanford, where at Stanford he was voted the most inspirational player by his teammates. He's also the only Highlander to ever play college basketball in the Pac-10. He's coaching high school basketball today in Georgia. Well, we welcome him home to McLean and into the Hall of Fame, Mike Simon. Let's take it back to the 60s, a great time for sports and football, especially here at McLean. One Hall of Famer made a tremendous impact here at McLean and later on in college. As a free-sport athlete. He moved here in 1962 in his junior year and immediately became a dominant defensive end. He, along with a teammate you're going to meet next, are the first two All-State players in the history of McLean High School. He led McLean to an 8-1-1 record, entering a defense that gave up 27 points in 10 games, with 7 shutouts and a Northern Virginia championship. Also a basketball and baseball scout, he played at the Naval Academy and is the last Naval midshipman to earn letters in basketball, baseball, and football. His head coach at Navy gave him nicknames like Eagle Dow and Barry Bill. At Navy, he won the Cook Memorial Football Award for the player with the most character and leadership. And he held one of the 6 highest leadership positions for a midshipman at the Naval Academy. And in 2009, he was named an all-time Hall of Famer at Navy, named to their 50th anniversary All-Stadium team. We'd like to thank him for his 8 years of service to our country in the Navy, and we'll welcome him back home to the Hall of Fame tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1964, an all-time Highlander great, Bill Dow!
Dad, when did you stay there?
We can't forget the great offense of that 63 team, and that's our next Hall of Famer, and also the other person All-State player in Highlander history. It may be the best running back in school history.
Yeah, that's a good picture, Bill.
He rushed for over 400 yards and 17 touchdowns in 10 games, and in the single-wing offense also threw for 600. He was a Washington Post All-Met first team, and was chosen as the top player in the DC Summer by the Touchdown Club. He went on to help Dartmouth win Ivy League titles in 1966 and 67. He was also a basketball standout here at McLean, and on the baseball field he was known for mammoth home runs. We're so glad he's back. He's from the class of 1964, and he's an all-time football great. Steve Luxford. One of the best all-around athletes at McLean, boasting dominant careers in football, basketball, and baseball. We like to play the back-to-back 41 records in football as quarterback. He stands out pitcher in celebrity baseball. We like to play the back-to-back 61 records in football as a quarterback. He stands out pitcher in celebrity baseball and a top basketball scorer. An all-Northern region. All-Northern Virginia selection in basketball and baseball. He was a 2-time MVP here at McLean, and at George Washington University, he scored over 1,000 career points in basketball and averaged 17 points a game as a senior. And as a baseball player, he was also a team MVP in their home games were played on the White House list. While how times have changed. He was also named as an all-time GW baseball great. Back from Montana, from the class of 1963, let's welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, our all-time great, Terry Christie. Our next inductee is a pioneer in the history of principal. He's the first ever state champion, individual or team. In 1963, he captured the title, the wrestling title, at 100. In 1963, he captured the title, the wrestling title, at 112 pounds, and hasn't gained a pound since. He won the Northern Virginia title of 1962 and 1963 and was named the area's most outstanding wrestler. He's also a track standout, and his 2-year MPG success on the mat helped put McLean on the wrestling map. Let's welcome him back from the class of '63, the first ever state champion in McLean history, Dickie Rickile. Was a 3-sport star athlete here at McLean. He excelled at quarterback, running back, and defensive back.
Come on now, big smile, Dickie.
From the class of '61 was a 3-sport star athlete here at McLean. He excelled at quarterback, running back, and defensive back. He rewrote the school record books in scoring. Without the benefit of a 3-point line, averaged over 20 points a game, and he was an All-Northern Virginia selection and honorable mention All-Met in basketball, and All-Northern Virginia in football, as well as a baseball standout. A great athlete, he was recruited here at McLean to play in college for both football and basketball, but chose the hard way and played college basketball at Duke University. The first and only Highlander to play in the ACC, the first and only Highlander to play at Duke. An all-time great. He came up from North Carolina. Let's welcome him home to the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen. Elliot, good try.
Yeah, Elliot. Go blue, go blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, our last inductee was in the game, both Mr. McLean and Mr. Everything for a reason.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, our last inductee was nicknamed both Mr. McLean and Mr. Everything for a reason. He was simply the best. Before he even got to McLean, before the school opened, many knew he was destined for stardom. As a freshman and sophomore, he went to Falls Church High School. McLean hadn't even opened yet. As a sophomore, they said, get in there and pitch. First varsity baseball started as a 15-year-old sophomore in 1955. He was a no-hitter. So needless to say, I think the folks at McLean were pretty happy to get him over here when the school opened. He was a 3-sport star athlete, basketball, baseball, football. In football, he was the first ever All-Met selection, earning first-team honors as the top running back in the area, and led the 1956 Highlanders, the second season in history to a magical undefeated season and a Northern Virginia championship. When the then McLean Eagles were getting it done on the gridiron. He was also an All-Northern Virginia baseball and basketball selection. And he was the team captain at the University of Maryland where he played football. In 1961, he was drafted by both the Cowboys and Buffalo Bills in the NFL and AFL. On his way to a spot in the Dallas secondary before injuries helped start his decision to come back and coach in the area. He helped start the football program at Marshall in the early 60s and later became their head coach. And in the 70s and 80s, he was an assistant for Annandale High School, where he was part of the area's top high school football program. In 1996, he was inducted into the Fairfax County Football Hall of Fame. And tonight, he comes full circle, all the way 56 years after leaving here at McLean. We're glad he's back from the class of 1957. One of the all-time greats, Mr. McLean, Everett Cow. We would like to thank you for your attention and attendance tonight. I'd like to thank you for supporting these wonderful Hall of Famers coming to these festivities. I'd like you to visit the website at McLeanHallOfFame.com where you can read about the great Hall of Famers as well as those 2011. Our Hall of Famers are down probably the 10th area where we're around here if you want to take a visit tonight. And once again, thank you. Welcome once again our